The bench beneath the tree. There was a bench beneath an old tree at the edge of a road, where the sky always seemed a little sad, and the wind carried whispers no one could quite translate. People walked by it every day, mothers with strollers, old men with canes, teenagers with tangled earbuds and tangled hearts, sat there to rest, then move on their journey. Except for Jonas. He wasn't old, but the weight on his shoulders made him move like he was. His eyes had the look of someone who'd stayed too long in a storm, soaked in questions, hollowed by pain. He came to the bench every Friday. Same time, same jacket, same silence. But what people didn't know was that Jonas had a plan. He was counting down, not to a birthday, not to a promotion, but to the end. To the day he'd let the world go quiet. It wasn't that Jonas wanted to die, he just couldn't find a reason to live. He felt like a typo in a perfect script. Unwanted, invisible, replaceable. He'd prayed once, screamed into the dark, "God, if you're real, show me why I'm still here. Show me that I matter, or don't blame me if I choose to disappear." Then, one Friday, it happened. A girl sat beside him. She was maybe 10, messy hair, bright eyes, a notebook clutched to her chest like a shield. "Can I sit?" she asked, before sitting anyway. Jonas blinked. No one had talked to him in weeks. She opened her notebook and said, "This is where I write about heroes." Jonas looked around. "There aren't any heroes here." She smiled. "That's what I thought. Until I saw you." "Me?" She nodded. "You come here every week. You never bother anyone. And you always pick up trash that others leave. You think no one sees, but I do. I write about people who are kind, even when no one's watching." She flipped her notebook to a page. There was a drawing of him, sitting, picking up a candy wrapper, smiling faintly. "I drew you a cape," she said. "You look better with a cape." She handed it to him. Something cracked in Jonas's chest. Not a break, a release, like a window opening after years of stale air. He didn't speak. He just stared at the picture, at the version of himself that someone saw. A hero. Her ride came. She waved and ran off. "See you next Friday, Mr. Hero!" He sat there long after she left, holding the paper, holding the reason, holding life. The next Friday, Jonas brought 2 sandwiches. She never came. Not that week. Not the next. He asked around. Found her mom at the hospital and handed him A Voice in the Wilderness book. She'd been suffering. Quiet about it. Braver than most. But she'd told the nurses about the man on the bench. Her secret hero. The one she was writing about. The one she said made her want to be kind even when life wasn't. She passed 2 days later. Jonas cried for the first time in years. Not just for her, but for the world he almost left, and the beauty he almost missed. Jonas still visits the bench, but now he brings crayons, paper, and the A Voice in the Wilderness book. And whenever someone sits beside him, even just for a moment, he hands them a paper with a message. "You matter more than you know. The world is better because you're in it. Please stay." If you're watching this right now, thinking no one sees you, if you're wondering whether the pain will ever end, if you're silently counting down like Jonas once did, please, stay. There is someone out there who needs your kind of heart. Your smile, your story, even the broken parts. Because broken things can still be beautiful. And even under a shattered tree, a hero can rise. Sometimes, all it takes is a bench, a child, and a drawing with a cape. For the person watching, you are not alone. You are not a burden. You are deeply loved. Please stay. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs light. Subscribe at Shantyprint Legacy for stories that remind us. Even in the darkest nights, purpose still whispers. A Voice in the Wilderness, A Path to Wholeness book, available at Shopee and Lazada.